The 10th anniversary has been off to a great start and is only going to get better from here on out. But one thing we can all agree on is that EVO Vegeta is definitely the worst of the 3 new LRs. So in this video, I'm going to go over 10 cards who are older and in my opinion better than the new STR LR EVO Vegeta. I wouldn't say Vegeta is a fraud, he's just not special. And obviously Vegito and SSJ4 Goku won't be on this list since they came out at the same time as Vegeta. Now let's get straight into the list. Starting off strong with number 10, we've got the man in the mirror, LR int EVO Vegeta, who originally came out during the 6th anniversary and got his EZA in 2024 January along with his counterpart MUI Goku. This card is way more reliable to say the least. He's got the revive, the 80% damage reduction after 3 attacks received, great links, guard, and he does great damage too. I would rather take a guaranteed 80% over a chance at 100% damage reduction, if I get 6 or more supers that is. Simply because with this Vegeta, they only gave him a medium chance for his additionals to be supers, which, for your information, is only 30%. So you gotta get pretty lucky for him to fully build his defense. With int EVO Vegeta, you don't really have to take as much of a risk, especially since he has guaranteed guard on turn 1, making him the perfect slot 1 unit. He also has an active skill, which for some reason STR Vegeta doesn't have, so even though he's a year older than him, int EVO Vegeta is a better unit than STR EVO Vegeta. Obviously, MUI Goku is better as well since he's the best dodge character in the game with a revive and crazy damage. Moving on to number 9. I just want to say these are in no particular order, so it isn't a ranking of these units. It's just if they are better than STR EVO Vegeta. And I also want to ask you guys to please interact with the video in any way you can so I don't go broke. Number 9 is going to go to Glorio and Daima Goku, 2 of the best TURs in the game, and they came out in late December 2024 with powerful kits and support. Glorio has way more in his kit and more utility in general. Both Goku and Glorio have support while leading better teams and having dodge. Goku also has damage reduction and effective against all types in his passive. Vegeta has solid defense, but you have to be lucky, especially after turn 6. And as TURs, ki is way less of an issue for Goku and Glorio, unlike Vegeta who struggles to get his 18 ki consistently on turn 1 since he needs to attack to get more ki. Number 8 is the SSJ trio from the 2024 Worldwide Download Celebration in August. They are a great slot 1 who gain damage reduction when getting supered, which helps a lot. They also have a standby that puts out tons of damage. I really don't get why this Vegeta didn't get any mechanic to make him more interesting. The kit he has now should have been his base form, and then after a standby or active skill he transforms into EVO Vegeta and becomes infinitely better and more interesting. The SSJ trio not only offer a better base kit, but also have the standby, so it just makes no sense for Vegeta not to have even an active skill. The SSJ trio also has multiple turn stat buffs from their supers and support for teammates, making them a top support unit in the game. Number 7 is TUR SSJ3 AGL Goku. This card is a top TUR for a reason. Despite coming out in April 2024, he is still better than EVO Vegeta in my opinion. 90% damage reduction on turn 1, and even if he loses it all, he's a solid slot 1 option because he has guaranteed guard in slot 1 and can build back up to 30% damage reduction off additional supers that are properly built into his kit. The good thing is it's not necessary for him to be in slot 1, it just helps since he gets guard. Basically in the right hands, the utility of SSJ3 Goku is better than that of EVO Vegeta, who just gets a bunch of additional normals. Oh, and SSJ3 also has a super cool active skill that guarantees crits for the turn, and in his passive he has the ability to nullify Ki Blast supers with a counterattack as a cherry on top. I'd rather have a passive that has 1 or 2 70% chance additionals supers over Vegeta's 5 30% chances. You're gonna have to hear me out on this next one. It's a unit from 2023 and it's LR Future Gohan. I think this unit is way better designed than Vegeta. I feel like Vegeta is a knockoff version of this Gohan. This unit came out with all the other Future Saga cards but was by far the best of them, and it's because he essentially has 80% damage reduction for 5 turns and then drops down to 40%, which is not bad but takes him out of that slot 1 position. If Future Gohan had stacking permanent defense, he'd still be in the GOAT conversation, and they really missed out by not giving Vegeta a chance to be like this Gohan. If a unit needs orbs to do certain things, it should be like God Goku where he gains guard and more dodge from collecting orbs. But when you link orbs to additionals that have a 30% chance to actually help you, it's kind of a bad design choice and makes the unit unappealing. But Gohan, on the other hand, is perfect. Since he doesn't need orbs, he just needs ki and he supplies himself with more than enough ki to be sustainable. Vegeta is only slightly better because of raw stats, and for a 2025 10th anniversary unit, that's kind of embarrassing, especially since he has no domain and no active skill or standby. The unit super is kind of worthless. If it disabled enemy action or even supported allies, it would be amazing, but all it does is let Vegeta stack some more damage. All in all though, Gohan was ahead of his time and had one of the best designed cards in the game, and I wish Vegeta got a similar treatment because this card is pretty underwhelming for an anniversary unit. Number 5. I feel like the Gammas deserve to be here. They have so much to talk about. Support, great defense, great offense, a standby, and even 3 different card arts. Not only is the standby really cool, it lets you continue to attack as Gamma 1, which I think might be the only standby mechanic that lets you fight as the standby character right now. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong though. The Gamma's design is just 10 out of 10. Mwah, chef's kiss. If you use them right, they're amazing on their categories. Very solid defenders, but also just one of the best support units in the game. Key +3 and 50% attack and defense for allies. Their first phase is their weakness on defense with only 30% damage reduction, but phase 2 in standby they have 50% damage reduction and phenomenal stats for very solid tanking. But as you move into phase 3, they have 30% base damage reduction with the ability to go up to 80% with 5 int or STR orbs. And guess what else they do? They orb change in orbs, which is perfect. Now that I'm thinking about it, the Gammas would probably work really well with EVO Vegeta. I just wish they gave Vegeta at least some support or bare minimum 50% chance supers on his additionals, cause 30 is just puny. For a January 2024 unit, the Gammas are definitely better than EVO Vegeta. Number 4, a unit that came out in July 2024, we've got AGL Jiren. This guy has one of the most straightforward passives in the game. He's an amazing slot 2 or 3 and even works slot 1 if you need him to. I would rather bring Jiren over Vegeta on a Tournament of Power team if I could, but I can't because of the leader skill. But Jiren is very consistent and unkillable in his standby if you get 3 or more orbs, and has the capability of getting 100% damage reduction with 5 orbs. This card is incredibly OP to this day and even has solid links for a character not from the main group we usually use in game. He has such amazing animations and no terrible conditions to hold him back. Sure, his standby takes a while, but he's invincible, so it's worth the wait anyways. This guy is like the better version of LR full power SSJ for Goku if you think about it. I like these types of cards a lot. This is just another unit that has better design than EVO Vegeta and puts him to shame. I have no idea why Vegeta has nothing interesting to him. They really screw him over. Number 3 goes to both the worldwide download celebration Broly units. In Broly has such a crazy kit with 60% damage reduction on top of a domain with orb changing, a revive that buffs him, and he supports allies. In Broly literally got everything except a standby, but he doesn't need it since he's got so much built into his passive already. This was one of the first villain units I've ever went so hard on that I got enough coins to pull him from the Pity Baba's shop. Tech Broly is also a very interesting card who is invincible on turn 1 and has 70% damage reduction with guard in slot 1 after that first turn where he has the 90% damage reduction. He also supports his allies with key +2 and attack and defense +60%, which is actually mind-boggling support. Tech Broly then transforms and has 76% damage reduction for 3 turns and has slot 1 protection, because even after the damage reduction drops to 26%, he still has guard in slot 1 and gains 200% defense before attacking. These two cards have a lot of interesting and fun mechanic to them. Meanwhile, EVO Vegeta has a unit super attack and some random additionals that will disappoint most of the time. Moving on to number 2, Janemba and Gogeta. Pretty self-explanatory. 2 units from 2021 who got their easy A's in 2024 and are still in the top 5 LRs convo. These 2 are so good that some people joke around and call them fan-made easy A's that actually made it into the game. Gogeta's base form is very solid when he transforms. He gets healing, a scouter, and damage reduction before attacking, making him essentially invincible in slot 1. He makes rainbow orbs and guards all attacks with 1 rainbow orb attained. He also dodges and nullifies supers as if he even needed to. And Janemba on the other hand has guard and 44% damage reduction in slot 1 or 2 and has a rage mode transformation that makes him invincible for a turn or 2. And the rage mode transforms all orbs into physical type orbs, once only of course, and he has a nuking passive, so for each orb he gains 16% attack as if he wasn't already doing a ton of damage. These 2 are probably the best easy A's of all time. I have no idea how they released these 2, then for the 10th anniversary we got STR EVO Vegeta. It just doesn't make sense in comparison to what we've been getting. Honorable mentions go to Tech UI Goku, the Dodge King from June 2024, S-tier Gohan from the Buu Saga who leads Kamehameha and came out in the worldwide download celebration in 2024, and SSJ3 Gotenks who came out December 12, 2024. There's plenty of more units that are better, but I can't fit them all in this video. And number 1, I am here to glaze Beast Gohan again. Even though he's the 9th anniversary GOAT, he's better than the 10th anniversary Vegeta. He's way more interesting. He not only has a unit attack, but it also is more useful and isn't what makes makes him unique. Beast has a targeting mechanic, amazing defense, almost impenetrable defense actually, and he's also got sublime damage to top it all off with built-in additionals and crit just to make him even better. I love Beast Gohan. He's never let me down and he does it all for me. With that being said, I am not here to hate on Vegeta, but Dokkan needs to put some respect on his name next time. As of now, he doesn't crack the top 10 units list in Dokkan, maybe not even the top 15 units. So hopefully part 2 doesn't have a unit like this who is clearly the worst of the 3. Anyways, please subscribe if you made it this far, and that's all for now. Thanks for watching.